which means that any second now they will be able to see us and hear us on 20
No.
sides to every story. Yeah, mid sweater pull. So
Stop.
gotcha. Welcome everybody to 20 Sides to Every Story. My name is Casey. Tonight we're going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. We are working our way through the Dark Tower, the upcoming re-release or release with new content under Original Adventures Reincarnated by Goodman Games. We've got access to some of their early release material and we are working our way through there. We are cobbling together our maps from all sorts of places, and I have also cobbled together a party of adventurers from all sorts of places. Those adventurers just spent the last variable length of time under the effects of a languid curse, having delved too deeply into treasures forbidden. They were stricken with a curse, and all 5 of them did a slow-mo run back to Omphalos's protected chamber, wherein Dahrian removed the curses at the expense of much magical power from 5 of them. Unfortunately, there were 6 that were affected, including Blitz and Bowser. And as we were closing up last evening, the decision was coming down with a little bit of urging and precautions. Was it going to be Blitz or Bowser that had the curse removed, as we were running short of spell slots? So Blitz, is it you or the puppers who is moving slowly? I think as we were closing up, maybe Bowser was going to hang out behind till things came back, or what was the plan?
Yes, Bowser can stay here and rest with Umpalos.
You got it. All right, so Bowser will be hanging out, so the Artificer will be down 1 companion. So we've got a slow motion Bowser, and then the other one who has come up a couple of times, but I'm not sure where is at the moment, Murky the Sleepy Puppy. Where is Murky at this point? Still in Andry's backpack or being left somewhere for safekeeping?
There's nowhere safer than in my backpack.
Fair statement. So Murky the Puppy in Andry's backpack. Omphalos here keeping an eye on Bowser. And in the town above Mitra's Fist, some of the caravan folks have hunkered down in the manor house that once belonged to the high priest of Set Avarkus, who has been dispatched at this point. To the north of the party, in sort of a dugout rat warren, a pair of were-rats have been negotiated with. They will be keeping to themselves for the next 2 decades or so, at which point they will be unburdened with their restriction of staying within the warrens, and the party has agreed not to mess with the were-rats, but that was basically a you don't hurt us, we don't hurt you, in exchange for this relic of Mitra, a pendant known as Mitra's Eye, or the Lion Amulet. And I believe there was somebody attuning to that over the short rest?
Wizard.
And so, I think that's where we left off at the moment. The room you're in is a ancient, somewhat dilapidated chapel that has suffered the ravages of time, but not the ravages of the minions of Set. Omphalos has guarded it well these several hundred years. But decay cannot be held at bay for so long. A platoon of skeletons stand at attention in slowly decaying armors and weapons. To the south, a big pile of meat grows ever more rank as time passes. And that's where I think we are at the moment. Party, what are we doing?
So, Blitz, is there like a factory reset button on Bowser you could do? Like in case of curse, push this button?
I could disassemble him, but that would also disassemble his personality.
Is that how that works? Oh.
Wait, he has a personality?
He has so much personality.
I mean, I know what he does, but could you give us a taste of what his personality is?
Just look at him. Words cannot describe it better than that.
Dan just stares and pats.
I think you meant to say he has only so much personality.
Hey,
He has
man.
other qualities too.
Not cool. Well, let's get back on track, shall we? We've almost got to literally every single place that's on this first floor according to this handy-dandy map Beldar left for us. Well, not really, we just found, but I see 2 rooms that possibly have vampires in them, and this tunnel up to the northeast that we have not been down.
This one?
No, I'm more referring to, if you just shift the lens a little bit this way, I'm referring to, you see that? These things right here?
I did have a question.
Oh, you meant the rooms. I thought you were
yes.
talking about the tunnel. Okay.
Oh, and the tunnel I'm referring to is the one that's over here.
That tunnel. Okay. That one we have not gotten to. That's right.
Yes.
Vampires or tunnel?
I don't know. Andry had something to say.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so it seems like everybody gets to reset in this little town when they die, except
Yes.
for the people in those crypts and the guy that you got that shield off of Blitz. Does that mean that they're on Mitra's side?
Or they were dead before a pact with Set was made. I mean, the not a vampire did not seem like he was resurrected all the way. He really hurt a lot.
Something I've puzzled over since we arrived here. Why does not Mitra grant his followers immortality as well?
Well, yes, I mean, I look towards Umphalos.
Well, he
Huh?
has. Mitra has kind of, yes. I mean, you've got, what's his name? Halorn?
Olimir?
Palomir?
Palomir
golden
the Gold
shield.
Heart.
Oh, the Gold
Yes.
Hearts.
Yeah. And so as you sort of ask that, Omphalos, shakes off her statue form and looks over at you. Well, he does offer immortality in a way, not the crude trap that Set made, but the most faithful of Mitra can offer themselves up to become a Lion of Mitra, a spirit that can be called back in times of great need. And Holomir, as you mentioned, has had his life extended, but that is a true extension of his life. He is living, he can change. He could, if he chose, leave this place, whereas the minions of Set are trapped within Set's gift of immortality, but it's not true life. It is a leeching of his. They are not free anymore.
How are these lions awoken when the time is necessary?
Ooh,
And where are they?
That's an excellent question. I think perhaps we need a little investigation to sort between Omphalos' knowledge and your own to see if we can come up with an answer there.
I can give him a pat on the back for guidance.
Okay. Because investigation is not my jam.
A 9 is not phenomenal.
12.
A 12 gets you above the middling point. So Omphalos says, I'm told in times of great need, their names are called out, and if there is a link to them, they can be summoned forth. But I do not have that ability myself. I maintain these creations, and she gestures to the skeletons, of those who have offered their bodies, but I have no command over their spirits.
Oh. So, like, Mitra has command over the spirits, and if there's a body, then they can come back?
No, as I understand it,
Oh.
the lions can manifest themselves. The spirits take corporal form for a short time, called back to
Mm.
this plane from where they wait with Mitra. They are his saints, his angels,
Oh, okay.
celestial beings.
Gotcha. Well, that's interesting. What is the qualifications of a lion?
Oh, they are the most devout, the most pure, the most honest, the most notable of Mitra's followers who are willing to assist the god with his great works even after death.
And to call upon them, you need to know the name.
Yes, I am told their name is called and they appear.
Perhaps there's a list of these saints in the Tower of Mitra.
Ooh. Can anyone call upon the name of a lion? Or is there like a red tape area where it's like they're called, but only Mitra approves the summoning?
Oh, there must be a deserving one making the call, and of
Oh,
course
okay.
a link to the one being called.
Okay. A link. Like you have to
If
meet them at some point?
I would imagine it's not perhaps meeting them, as many of the lions are long past, but to have earned their favor in some way, received their blessing, carry a token of theirs.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit crass to say, but academically, if you were to consider them as some might consider demons, if you know the demon's true name, you can summon it. It is similar, but completely different. But if that helps to settle your mind to it.
Dahrian, didn't your ring mention something about that?
Dahrian thinks back. I believe it did.
This ring.
Do you think that ring is the supposed link to one of the saints? One of the lions?
Oh, I could ask it. And
Does
I'd
the ring
say,
have a name?
He wouldn't give it, was the
It-
thing.
Oh! Right.
That is right.
Mm.
And I would
I will
good.
say to the ring, this is Dahrian. I wear you
I'm on your
currently.
finger. I know.
Right, yeah. Are you a lion of Mitra?
I am
A
not,
saint
but I
of
do
sorts.
hold a connection to one.
Mhm. Do you by chance have the name of the one that to whom you are connected?
That is part of the test to summon the lion. While I wish I could help you, that is something you must discover for yourself.
Perhaps your new item as well, Tahir.
Yo, what's up? Pretty necklace.
You look at your pretty necklace. I mean, it's a little lion head. It kind of looks back at you, but
I don't think it's talking to me.
it's,
Well,
Perhaps
does it
it's just
need?
the key.
Well, yeah. I mean, it could be there could still be a link. There's just not a sentience to that item.
I know of some magics that could help us not identify, but learn the legend behind some of these ancient artifacts. Perhaps if we
Yes.
have some time to study for, I don't know, maybe several weeks, a year, maybe, I could pick it up.
That seems like a reasonable amount of time.
I got access to the documents and the research, and I gotta learn the. It's a really difficult task, and then we gotta find incense. Like that's a whole nother.
Yeah, I actually have access to that particular spell of which you speak.
You what?
I have access to that spell. Legend lore?
I think that's what they called it back in the academy.
Yes.
Well, that's
Takes incense and ivory strips. That's kind of the problem with that spell.
Mm.
well, we'll add it to your list of items we need to get you.
Incense and ivory strips.
Yes.
Where'd my notebook go?
You know what had
I had to check
ivory
the
on
other.
it?
My notebook!
You know
Oh,
what
it's in
had
my
ivory
saddlebag.
on it, but would be an absolute tragedy if you used it as a spell component.
Is it on like one of the Mitra statues?
No.
No.
There's a very old Senate board that if you were to shave the ivory off, you would have ivory strips. But at the same time,
Don't you dare! I successfully claimed that item. It's sitting in the hoard pile.
just saying, if we want to talk about where there's ivory that you're aware of, that
That's
Senate
like-
board.
It's
Yar.
it's right up there.
Right there. Well, it's in there. It's in there in case of an emergency.
Rumored to be from the time of the Sphinx Kings.
Ooh, that is cool.
Think of how much history was
Nope.
made into that object.
That
The
is history.
academic possibilities.
You can feel the lore as you peel it away.
There goes the
Messed
second
up.
dynasty. There's the third.
But other than that, I don't believe we've encountered any ivory. I don't know
Perhaps
that you've
one-
been looking for it specifically, but that's the only one that I'm remember.
We got every other gemstone except the ones we need. Let's go
And
mammoth hunting.
Except the ones that exploded too, and the ones that made us slow.
Yeah. Perhaps the vampires might have them.
True.
They've got impressive.
Well, I do
So-
not think that the ivory is consumed with the spell. It is just required. But you must burn large amounts of incense. I do know that.
Oh, so maybe you
Oh.
could just hold the Senate board. Just be like, oh, knowledge.
But like, that's just bad. You're ruining an historical artifact at that point by burning your
Oh.
herbs on it.
No, not just around it. I'm sure it doesn't need to be on it. I don't know how it works. I just go by feeling.
I don't do a lot of things with incenses and herbs, but how does that like work? Do you like inhale it or just the aura of it fills how does that work?
It's mainly breathing it in. It's
Oh,
inhaling it and having it, constantly be in the air around you.
I had a couple of high elf buddies who did something very similar.
Uh.
Hey, Blitz. Do you understand anything they're saying?
Yes.
I hear that's also a word for it too. Getting blitzed.
Ooh! Is that
Gives high elf a new meaning.
so? Where are we going?
That's a good question.
I mean, the easiest spots I'd say is the two vaults, the tombs we haven't visited quite yet.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
and did we ever search the other ones?
Yes,
Like-
I want to say we did.
Oh, did we?
We
Was I there
fought
for that
things there, but I don't know if we searched them.
Well, the first one didn't have anything too remarkable in it, other than the corpse of the dude we killed. The second one, I think we opened all the way. Let's see. Now I have to read.
If Andry is correct and those corpses are followers of Mitra, perhaps we could get their names and attempt to summon their lion form.
Yes. And if those little statues are any indication, Andry might be the only one who is able to call these saints forth, as we were deemed unworthy.
I am
Good.
definitely unworthy.
Tann, you were with me.
Was I?
Yeah, we got to the second room,
Mhm.
and then the wall.
Was
went
I?
up.
Then the wall went out.
So the two rooms that you investigated there, the first one had the sarcophagi that was openable and a corporal creature, a wraith, was scampering about, and you put that one down. The other one had the sealed sarcophagi with the big chains that you bored a hole into, and an incorporeal undead came in, did a little touch and almost got Tahir. But
I don't know. I don't know if I was there for that one because
Tann
none of
was-
that.
I think Tann was suffering from a reality phase at that point.
Yeah.
But those two rooms did not have anything in them aside from a long sword and the desiccated corpse inside the other one.
That's right, Tann. You were unavailable, so I had to enlist Blitz, and we both opened one of the doors.
Oh.
And then Tahir got his ass kicked. It was so.
Oh.
That is true.
It's okay, man. It happens to the best of us.
How was I to know that he would sneak up behind me from the room he was in? I didn't know if they could phase through walls like that.
Who knew
Vampires,
that
man.
ghosts could phase through walls? Who knew?
Right.
And so, where would the party like to go? Or do? Or what?
We got to open the other two.
Just get him out of the way.
There could be a name.
Well, if we're doing that, sets the book down, flips through pages 2 to 4, starts casting detect magic. You know, it might help.
Detect magic engaged. And then
the other guy was the old priest that Cornelius took over for, that we got that shield from. I wonder if he's got a name. Did anybody get his name?
We'd ask Cornelius.
I don't know. Cornelius is pretty old. Do you think he'll still remember?
rough.
He may be old, but he is wise beyond his years. He's probably the smartest of us all. But, you know, it takes a toll.
Yeah, I know there were things like when I would talk to my grandpa, he wouldn't remember things from like earlier that day, but some of the things from like way back when he remembered the most. So who knows? Maybe that stuff stuck better than the recent stuff. Memory's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, should we just give it a try? Take a look? If anything, the door is there. Oh, there's peek in, peek out, peek in.
So we're
I
heading
nominate
out
room
into the
30.
meat room.
Yes.
Okay. And then we're
Yuck.
heading down the hallway. And as you pass
Absolutely.
by, first to the secret doors, second to the secret doors, over on the right-hand side as the room opens up a bit, you've got that big mirror on the wall. Off to the left, you've got the shattered remains of a statue of Set and a new statue. A new statue. There's a new statue.
What?
Oh, here?
Yeah, here.
What?
What?
Hold it! What is that?
So
That's
as you're
not
like,
supposed to be there.
so you can still see some of the serpentine from the statue that you shattered on the floor, but as you look over, there's a statue there. Now, the one that you had shattered was a good, 14 foot high. It was wrestling with Andry in supergiant form. Yeah, no, this one's, about 7.5 feet high. Standing there, it's kind of a pale green. It doesn't have that luster that the previous one does, but from the back, yeah, jackal head, serpenty, scaly form, standing in classic Set pose. There's a new statue there.
This is like,
It's kind of creepy, man.
oh, yeah, it's like a whack-a-mole game back from the farm.
Perhaps we can cultivate it like it is a farm, and maybe he will give us ivory.
Maybe.
But maybe he has to grow a bit.
What we need to do is both pull these
Knock your mic.
levers
It ran away from you.
Sorry. We need to pull these levers at the same time. It'll open both the doors.
Do you not wish to beat up the statue, Andry?
Why? It would only come back.
It's fair.
It has yet to grow its scales back, so that would be really unfortunate for us to get no reward out of this.
Oh, that's good thinking.
Harvesting.
Gotta be efficient.
wait
Continuing
for your
down the
statues to
hallway
grow.
here on the left-hand side, I think the party has now experienced enough to know to look for the candelabras or sconces on the wall. Give those the appropriate twist, and the doors should open. You see the pair of doors marked on Feldar's map there and there. What's happening here?
Same as last time, pull on 3.
Yep. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Oh, mine.
You pull on 3 as the
The
as
dumbest way for us to do this.
2 doors open. The door in front of Blitz reveals a short passage leading to a 15-foot square crypt. The air inside is dry and stale. There's a slight musky scent. Along the back wall is a sealed stone sarcophagus. This one does not have the big chains that the other one had, and it is not open like the other one, but it is still a stone sarcophagus. The other in front of Andry and Tann, again another short passageway, 15-foot square crypt, dry stale air. There's a little extra tang to this one. Maybe you don't pick it up so easily having come recently through the meat room, but there's just a little something else here. Along the back wall is a plain wooden box.
It's just a box?
I don't trust this box.
How big is the box? Could a person be in it?
I mean, it's about 2 foot square, so it depends on how hard you push down on the person when trying to close the box. Could you put
Or
a
how
person
much-
in it? Maybe. Most people know.
Or how much of a halfling? Yeah.
Ah.
Or gnome.
Do you want me to check out the room? I'll go in first.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Andry steps into the room. Inside that room is a plain wooden box. No keyhole, no opening. It's got a lid. You kind of look at one side, you look at the other. It's the box sitting on the floor, 2 foot square, some dust on it.
Wooden, stone.
Wooden.
Is it
Wooden stone.
wooden
Wow.
box?
Wooden box.
I'm going to take lawgiver and try and pry the lid open with the sword.
Okay. Take lawgiver and you get it. Can I get let's call it an attack roll. That's a pretty good attack roll. Now let's give me a sleight of hand. You would like to see a DC of 15 or better. Do you have advantage on your sleight of
20.
hands?
I do, yeah.
You do? Oh, well done. You rune knights. So, you manage to pop the lid of the box open. Inside, there is a glass vial. It looks as though that glass vial was potentially set to act as a trap, but you managed to pop it open without shattering it.
Acid?
Ooh, good question.
Poison?
How about, what do you know? How about, nature or arcana, your choice.
Oh, we gotta go Arcana, because
Gotta
I
go
got
Arcana.
advantage on that, too.
Yeah. Oh, crits it. Well done.
Nice.
Poison, you would say, and likely pressurized, so that would become a gaseous cloud when the vial shatters. Careful, this is fragile. You probably don't want to be too rough with it. Along with the poisonous gas, there is 30 gold pieces loosely held in the box. Perhaps, you think, to tempt someone to try and shake it.
Oh my god, we're rich.
Retirement!
We're rich
Ah.
and we can poison anyone who tries to steal from us. Actually, you're the one who found it.
Well, I'm pretty sure Lawgiver would not be very happy if I went around poisoning people. I think that's a big no-no.
Little disreputable.
True.
Wait, Lawgiver, what if I poison bad people with it?
Still not exactly sporting, is it?
Alright. I guess we'll leave it here.
I mean, if you have to get rid of vermin,
Wait.
I suppose.
Oh, I know where there's vermin.
Wouldn't that break the accord?
That would break the accord.
Yeah,
We're
probably.
graduating right from
What-
peacetime to chemical warfare.
What if
But
he didn't like a tripwire that if they walked out, it'd be like kapoof? I mean, it wouldn't be our fault then. Then they left the Warrens.
Lawgiver can be convinced. You now complete your search of the crypt. That is all that you found in there with the wooden box. The one that Blitz is standing in front of, still that sealed sarcophagi up ahead. I don't believe I've seen Blitz move forward.
I looked at Tahir. These doors sometimes close. You creep in and investigate, or whatever. I mean, I don't mean the skill, but literally investigate.
Sure. Yep. Walking in a little bit further, you make your way there, and you can see that this particular sarcophagi has been sealed. Not visible from where you were standing, but now that you're up close, you can see that there's a thin line of lead that is squeezed out. Likely it was melted or molten when the sarcophagi lid was dropped down on it. Lead's not particularly sturdy, so you're pretty sure you could bust it open if you felt like it. But it is currently sealed with lead.
I might try rapping on the top of it, a couple of knocks, and see if anything moves inside.
Sure, you give it a pang pang. No noise of movement from inside. Sounds, thick, heavy stone lid, but inside does sound like, there's some hollow space.
All right, you set to work with the chisel.
It takes you, 5 or 6 minutes. You've got pretty good masonry tools and stone cutting tools. A little lead seals nothing to you. Bang, 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 bang. You now have it freed enough that if you wished to lift the lid, you could.
Yes. I wish.
Could I get an investigation check from you, please?
Oh,
Congratulations, you have found nothing. Empty
Curious.
sarcophagus.
all right. I'll put the lid back on, and then turn and tell Tahir the mediocre news. I found nothing. Did you hear?
Well, nothing is not nothing. You found nothing?
I found absolutely nothing. But someone wanted to keep it.
So you wanted to keep the nothing.
Yes. I hope I didn't let it escape.
You know,
Is there ever
what,
truly nothing in the universe?
I mean, sometimes people put vampires in lead cast coffins to prevent them from missing out and escaping.
Or magic items, if you're trying to hide a magic item. I think? Is it magic items?
I'm gonna go in now, because you brought that up. I'm looking in! Detect magic eyeballs!
I could be misremembering, go for it.
Pop it down. You look around, you're like, ha ha! I can see there's something glowing behind that not quite 2 inches of stone right there. The floor, the base, the bottom of the sarcophagi contains a trap door or a sliding hatch or something, but you haven't discovered the way to open it yet. Maybe an investigation check or brute force.
I found a secret! It's not nothing! It's something!
Oh,
But you just can't figure out how to get
no.
to it.
Andry! Blitz! Smarter people than myself!
you're smart, man.
How
Yeah.
does stone work?
You got a +8!
Don't worry about it. I'm having an off day.
That's pretty good. Like, aren't you a wizard?
I don't even know anymore. But there's a thing here. I just don't know how the thing is here.
And so,
What?
I don't
No,
know.
This, what is so confusing about this saying?
I don't know. I don't know if this helps with anything. Probably not. Can I use telekinesis to see if I can, like, lift it from a safe distance?
Oh, sure, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll actually do anything. I just want to try it.
Yeah, give me, let's just call this one an Arcana check on your part.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's actually good enough.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you just basically force it in, you kind of reach around from underneath and pop it up, and it pops up, sort of overriding the, release mechanism. And you can see that there's a bit of a tunnel, dug straight down, stone line, and then it hits, something very dusty and grimy, but just behind that dusty, grimy thing is magic to hear.
It's disgusting.
Pick it up.
Prestidigitation, make it smell nice. Clean
Oh,
it up.
okay. You press the digitation and make it smell nice, but it's still grimy.
That's step 1. Step 2. Clean.
Clean. So you clean, and as you clean, you can see that the thing that you are cleaning is like a quartz or a very clear stone window. There's a little bit of kind of shimmer and distortion in there, but whoever picked this must have picked the cleanest possible piece of crystalline stone they could. And sort of looking out at you from the stone is a rather curious face. Deathly gaunt, deathly. Undead sort of thing looking up at you and just affixing you with its gaze from inside and behind the crystal. You can see that behind it falls away to blackness. Just a little bit of light coming down is illuminating this face, just kind of right around the whole eye sockety area as it orb in there kind of loosely rotates and tries to size you up.
Want me to close it?
Yeah, probably.
I think we broke the seal, though.
There's always resealing. I give the top a little pat, just like a little rub.
Firebolt the hinge is gonna weld it. to
I help.
It's nothing we truly need. We're okay. Not going to deal with vampires today.
I mean, vampire's one word. It's maybe not the word I would have chosen for that particular creature, but, you know.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Just gonna weld it. Yep. Take my leave.
Oh.
Here.
Big.
Why is it huge?
Holy.
Is that like
Probably not good.
So
is that
was
like
the
a zombie wizard of Thane or whatever?
Getting real close.
I feel like
Am
maybe
I?
Tahir might even know of this thing, if we want to throw an arcana behind it, or if Tahir just recognizes the amount of trouble that's down there.
You know how sometimes that like wizards are like, you know, man, it sucks not being an elf. I want to live forever. It's that.
Is it really?
It
Is it the L word?
It is the L word.
I didn't want to say the L word, but it's the L word?
Leprechaun.
Oh yes.
There was no pot of gold. It's the worst kind of leprechaun, a lying leprechaun. Let's get out of here. For real though, that's terrifying. Why is that here?
It's not something I want to deal with just right now.
Ever.
Well, maybe. Close it.
Maybe. There's a time and place for liches.
Well, they are cheating, so there's that.
And so the party steps back outside of the secret doors. 30 gold and 1 vial of poison the richer. And, you know, now they know of the licher. And so, where are we headed from here?
Also go into your licher. Let's go to the tunnel.
Go to the tunnel.
Actually, do we go towards the statue?
Tann like starts walking to his head, then backs up a little bit.
There's a statue there.
If we destroy it now, it's not going to get any more gems on it.
But is it gonna move when we walk past it? It knows who we are.
I'll be right back.
I mean, is that really a bad thing? I mean, Andry is the one who said he's specifically going to kill it multiple times already, so there is that part of it.
This is true. Also, I don't think there's any other way to go there. So I think we have to anyway. Right?
Perhaps if we go down the stairs,
Yeah,
and we
there's
all the way
stairs
around
right behind
downstairs to where
Oh,
we
that's
think
right.
the tunnel is, then we can get to the tunnel to figure out it goes back down the place we came up.
That's true. There is methods to the madness.
I'm fine with looking at his statue.
Yeah,
Alright.
we beat it up once. We could do it again.
That's true. And it's smaller than before.
It's like a little baby.
Yeah.
Little boo-boo baby statue.
Baby
Is there anybody
crockable
in the
baby
room?
statue.
It's an excellent question. I think a fateful D6 might answer that for us.
Uh-oh.
A 3 indicates there's no one but the statue in the room.
Are you guys okay with me tipping it over?
Sure.
Careful, Andry. Certain venomous snakes are more venomous when they're babies. They don't know when to quit. They just keep injecting more and more venom into your bloodstream.
This reassuring fact brought to you by Blitz's Encyclopedic Knowledge.
I mean, he is the snake
Yeah.
expert, so
Oh, hey, Tux, congratulations on the 14 months.
Ooh.
Thank you.
well, I'm ready when you are.
All right.
I'm ready.
I will push the statue over.
Go to push the statue over, and the statue just like takes a step and then turns and starts to look back at you. And how about we roll ourselves into initiative?
Stay back, Dahrian. We'll protect you.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a good initiative.
I don't know why I advantaged that, but the first roll was a 20. So
Because here, subclass lets you advantage it, right?
Right? Yeah.
is that right?
You've got
Yeah.
that set
Well, you've
thing.
been doing it all the time, no?
That's right. Yep, that's why I did it.
That's why you did it.
Your fingers remembered even though your brain didn't.
Yeah, when I did it, I was thinking, I think it's one of my other characters actually that has this ability. So
Yeah. But yeah, Dahrian and Tahir are leading off. So which of you would like to act first? Andre's kind of shoved, didn't stagger the statue. It just sort of stepped and turned.
I would say your dexterity is probably higher. So why don't you go first?
You got it. Tahir's
Okay.
up
I'm gonna set one fire. The bolt of fire.
with a bolt
Bam.
of fire.
Damn
You
it!
are sure not gonna do that thing.
I got a crossbow.
I believe in you.
That's it. There we
20.
go.
23 is a good
Bam.
number, and that is a non-magical crossbow, correct?
But it is magical now.
Is it?
The Eye of Mitra says it is.
It does. Well shot then.
So it's this plus 1d4 of force damage.
Ooh.
There we go. 10 points. I'm the wizard. I'm gonna back up.
Yes, the wizard.
Wizard. And so that brings us to Dahrian. Dahrian, what might you be doing?
Just cause. Oops. I'm going to try this. Do
Dex
fairy
check.
fire on it.
It is illuminated. Oh wait, I apologize. It is not. It passes. It seems resistant to your magic somehow.
Yes. All right. I would holler out and let everybody know that.
You got
Seems resistant to magic, so.
it. Andry.
So Andre's a super handsome dude. He becomes even more handsome as he takes on his hill giant form.
Whoa,
Look at that dashing man right there.
I'm blushing.
And I believe I'm going to hit this thing. Or at least try.
I believe you. Try is a good choice of words there. That does not hit.
Unfortunate. Backswing.
That does.
Ooh.
17
that's-
points of slashing damage there. Wampus. Anything else for you?
No, that's action, bonus action.
Got it.
I will rotate around him so that I'm on the other side of him.
You cannot get past him. He is blocking that hallway. Unless you have something
I
to let
will
you get past him.
Stay right where I am.
Stay right there, you say. Blitz, what are we doing?
My snake is even smaller. I'll move up and strike with Fang. Yeah.
21 will hit. 5 points of damage there.
Again.
24 will hit. 6 points of damage there.
Move over so Tann can still see.
Anything else for you?
That's good. That's good there.
Alright, where'd you go?
Just right next to Tann. Yeah.
Oh, I'm there already.
Yeah, wait, what?
Oh, on my screen you're up here on my screen.
Oh, it just hasn't updated. Sorry, Andry is where you just moved. The two of you are now occupying that space. If you wanted to try and step away, it would get an attack of opportunity.
Wait, am I standing on Andry or next to him?
Nope, you're standing next to
him.
Andry right now.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's good.
Alright. That's going to bring up our golem friend. And our big statue is going to swing. Confirm, slam, statistics. Slam. Wumpus. 17 Blitz. Does it hit?
No.
No, it does not. Blitz, you are then the recipient of several bolts of magical damage. Do you have any way to handle a magic missile being cast at your face?
The way to handle a magic missile. Yeah, shield up.
Okay. Magic missiles bounce off of your shield. It looked like there was more than 5 of them. Tann, what do we got?
That magic missile scares me. Tann is going to hope that the statue is unwise and casts Toll of the Dead.
Oh.
It's missing some hit points, right? Oh yeah, because it got hit
Yep,
earlier.
Oh yeah.
DC 14.
Boom. It passes on the nose with a 14.
Aww. Shucks. Let's do some bonus action thingy-majiggies.
Okie dokie.
Doing some sorcerer points. Let's do. Actually, well, yeah, still bonus actiony. Oh dang, there's people in the way. I keep changing my mind. All right, I'll do guiding bolt. Still bonus actiony.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. Okay. Guiding bolt away.
Wee, pachoo.
Oh, a 13's not gonna hit.
Oh man. All right. I tried.
Got it. Tahir, what do we got?
So did the statue cast the spell, or was it someone else?
Statue cast the spell, or at least it looked a lot like it. Eyes glowed and then magical beams. Pew, 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 pew. Magical darts.
How bizarre. Firebolt.
Firebolt. No
Damn
firebolt.
it! Why do I even cast this spell? The crossbow's better.
Crossbow is better. That does hit. Ooh, 11's
Four.
good damage.
15.
Ooh, 15's
Bam.
even better damage. You strike, and whatever's been holding this together kind of goes to part and just shoops back down as rubble.
I don't know about you, but it looked like he got an upgrade.
I would agree with that.
I don't
Did
know.
things-
It seemed easier to kill.
Well, probably because it's smaller. Bigger things tend to be difficult to kill. You should know that of all people. I'm very small. You are very big.
Right.
You think Set is watching us and adjusting as he sees fit?
Highly possible.
The divine work in mysterious ways. Even the evil ones. Anyways, let's get to that tunnel.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
And this was just stone. It wasn't any kind of precious
It's
anything.
similar to the green serpentine that you found, but this was more like what it was made of underneath. So just a greenish stone rather than the nearly gemstone serpentine that you'd recovered.
Okay.
This was more like a mossy cobblestone sort of construction. Andry makes his way past the violet mist on the right, down to the T end of the intersection. Off to the left, the secret entrance to that small crypt that you've investigated. Beyond that, the T intersection leading to the bars. Off to the right, where you fought the metal spider.
Don't think I wasn't tempted by that purple light.
Aren't we all?
Making your way
Dude,
down
that
the
seems like
hallway.
decades ago when you went through there.
I think it was a couple days ago.
Andry and Blitz, as you're making your way down the passage, it now has a fairly noticeable downward slant. You gotta kind of lean back a little bit and either shuffle your steps or, come in at a good clip and kind of get that bouncing gait going down there. You can see 40, 50 feet ahead, it opens up to a little bit of a wider area, heading off to the north. Continuing your way down there.
Oh yeah.
All right. And as you get to about that spot, could I get a fateful D6 for the party? And then can I ask everybody to imagine that this is not a map change? This is not a map change. The map's not
Man, this
changing.
tunnel just goes forever,
Just
man.
goes and goes.
Goes and goes.
Where did we leave your characters?
Oh, there they are.
Oh, there. You guys are hiding over there.
I'm guessing we pop up over here?
That seems like a reasonable guess. Kind of somewhere up in about that area there.
Oh. Oh, we're over there.
Getting there, we're getting there. Any moment now. Alright, this way here, this way here, this way here, this way here. And if you see that arrow that's pointing up, what's really meaning pointing down, that's where you're all at right about now. So kind of coming down this way over here, coming down this way. I think it was Andry and Blitz up in the lead. That's not what I meant to do. Gonna get the bad icons for a second. We'll fix that in a moment. And so yeah, if you're ever a DM and you're like, hey, what are the odds that the party's gonna go all the way across the map to go to their next encounter instead of going to any of the ones that are close to them? Yep, every freaking time.
There's so much to explore. We just can't help ourselves.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Is that rubble to the left of us?
That is rubble to the left of you. And we're now going to flip over and we'll talk about what you see down there. Aside from just rubble to the left of you. Okay, you've made it down the hallway. The descent has been quite steep. As you reach the bottom, there is indeed a pile of rubble off to the left there. Along with that, you can see the blood stains and meaty, bony bits of folks who have died here within the past day or two, you would guess. Humans, from what you can tell. Little bones scattered about. It seems that the rats had their way with them. during the rat feasts. But now it's just some bones trapped in amidst the rubble of the pile of stone.
How did these guys get by us?
Lots of tunnels.
Well, we aren't the most organized group. I mean, we go literally wherever.
Is there anything identifying these bodies as perhaps captives or
Ooh, excellent question.
townsfolk?
How about let's go with an investigation.
Mm-mm. I'm not good.
Guidance
at-
poop.
No guidance poop.
Dahrian, I believe in your capabilities to identify these lost souls.
So, checking it out and kind of scouting around, you would say probably not townsfolk. It looks like the rubble fell somewhat recently, and there are some statues in amongst the rubble. Possibly, someone was trying to raid or pillage the statues. Something came loose and the wall caved in on them. You wouldn't think the townsfolk would fall for that kind of thing. They've been here for a couple of 100 years now. That's a little obvious. But there isn't a lot left. Like, anything that could be carried away in mouth or stomach has been. So it's just like, bits of meat that you're inspecting. Like the comedic hand, like, hanging out, just a skeleton, like that kind of thing. The statues themselves, as you're checking them out, they're a little wicked looking, so they might have been on the set side of things, but they've got that, I mean, maybe if this was like a battle scene between Mitra, they're not like super wicked, so, but you're just not putting together what this was.
Can I try and find out what killed them?
Blows to the head by stone falling. Way to the north, you can see a T intersection, hallways going off to the east and west.
Question.
Mhm.
Do we? Oh, for the party. Do we
Yes.
burn? Do we burn these?
Couldn't hurt.
We don't want anybody coming back to life. Then.
True. I say go for it.
I think he's talking to us.
Yeah, I don't have fire. I have this sword, so I can see.
Sure,
But
so-
yeah, no fire.
Basically, what you're seeing here is scattered in this rubble are some remains like here and there, and then, anything that was obvious during the little rat escapades earlier got kind of chewed and carried away. You'd probably have to move some stones, pull some stuff out, make a pile, and then light it up, if that was what you were thinking. Just firing randomly into the rocks so you're not likely to hit anything that wasn't already chewed up and carried away.
Gotcha. I'd say Tann is up for taking a minute to
And
gather
actually, excuse
up
me
the
for one
pieces.
second. I'm getting a call.
Oh.
I did.
Hey, real
Hey,
quick,
hey.
because I got a call right before that, and I missed everything. What the heck is going on?
Nothing much happened. We went up the northeast tunnel that goes down. We're in this room. Just the bodies of a couple
right
of
back,
people we
folks.
don't recognize from like a cave-in or something. That's it.
Okay.
Oh.
Nothing too
And they're
crazy happened. It looks
There's
like
one-
statues of something bad. Other than that, that's as much as we know.
Well,
Nothing, I'd say, overly
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't think you missed much.
Mhm.
Maybe burning the bodies is not a good idea because I think the were-rat said that it doesn't matter what we do, they're gonna come back.
Yeah, it just is the length of time it takes for them to come back, basically.
Oh, fair.
And
Also,
those bodies are pretty messed up already.
and it
Yep.
happened because of like cave-ins. So now that you mention that, I'm worried that if we mess with the rocks some more, maybe a further cave-in will occur.
Once
I
I get
have a morbid idea.
Oh no.
Go on.
This bag of holding is a pocket dimension.
Dude, don't you dare.
From what we're told, these set followers reform using the largest piece of what's left of them. If we were to deposit said piece into the bag of holding, they would reform, then suffocate and die again. We could keep them trapped in this pocket dimension and prevent them from returning.
That is
Isn't
morbid.
that like torture?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a horrible idea, Blitz. Where did you come up with that?
I don't know, it just came to me. I've been having a lot of thoughts lately.
Oh no. I mean,
Mhm.
normally thinking's pretty good, but that's a nasty one.
none of your thoughts involve any of us four, correct?
Oh no.
Okay.
Would you
We're
tell
si-
us if it did?
Probably.
But like, what are we to you? How would you refer our relationship? Are we all
You're
just
allies.
allies? Nothing more.
Traveling companions.
It's still
Hey
along the
everybody, I'm
same
gonna be about
lines.
5 or 10 more minutes. All right, sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. So, have you had many traveling companions?
This is my first adventure.
What?
I had never before been outside the university.
Oh,
What would you say on your first adventure is the most craziest thing you've encountered so far?
this is his first adventure.
Yeah, I know, but I want to know how he thinks.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps crazy in what sense?
That you were like, oh my goodness, I did not expect this to happen. How could this possibly be? That kind of thing. What made you say those words, not verbatim, but in like your head? Conscience?
Perhaps the puppy.
Th-
It's the most
a really good
perplexing.
one. That's a really good one.
That is a good one. What is up with that dog?
It's not even real though.
Or is it?
But it's not.
But Umphalo saw it, right?
Then
Umphalo's
she's
basically the dog, right?
lying to protect us from the truth. And that truth is, I have no idea. Dahrian,
What?
please,
What
do you think?
What if it's Mitra himself?
Holy shit. You don't
It-
think
What is your
Ins-
line of thinking for that?
this is
Because that would be crazy.
This is an
True.
outrageous allegation, but I'm into it.
I want to know more.
All right,
Yeah.
let's weigh the pros and cons of this line of thinking.
All
Or do we
right.
not have time for that? Should we discuss something else? We've
I
got
think
like
we
5
got
to 10 minutes
time.
of this.
The fates are on hold.
So, Andry,
Yeah.
you have any good stories of anything you want?
I died once.
You too?
Yeah. How did that happen?
Oh wait, I think I told this story before.
I don't remember it. Sometimes it just comes in one ear and goes out the other. How did that happen?
Well, the guy. Hello.
Sorry about that. Had an exciting moment.
God?
Yeah. So I heard that the Fates were distracted, but I didn't catch all of the details of what we want to know about from the Fates. What was that thing that we were doing?
We
Oh.
figured out that the dog is Mitra.
The dog is Mitra, confirmed.
hmm
Okay, good.
That's
Many
it.
of us have died.
Basically,
Yeah, that's a major discovery.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think 4 out of 5 of us are at least partially undead.
Yeah.
Sometimes these things happen to people.
Yeah.
You
Or is it
know,
undead?
Maybe we're the
previously
Lions
dead
of
is a better way
Mitra.
of saying it.
Previously dead.
Formerly dead.
What if we're the Lions of Mitra and this was just a test?
Oh, that'd be an interesting twist.
can I be a lion and a goat at the same time?
Would
Why
you like
not?
would you get like
Yes.
a lion's mane? But
Well, if you're a lion,
how does
and a
that work?
goat, and a serpent, and you've got wings, you're basically a manticore. So,
You're
I
one
haven't
step
reached
closer to a
certain-
chimera.
Chimeric of some creature
Yeah.
of some sort.
It's true.
Quick, Blitz, put the serpent coats on Tann. It's important. We're one step closer.
step closer. And so, I believe at the bottom of this hallway with the rubble, some body parts have been dug out, some fires have been made, and kind of a bad scene there. Back up behind you, that way, to the east, to the west, up ahead. What might be happening?
Shall we press
Forward.
on?
Oh.
Yeah. Should we go left or right?
I mean, is that really a question?
Left is always right.
That's you chose the wrong one.
Oh.
We're going right.
What? All of my being trained for that answer and it's wrong?
All of you being trained for that answer, and it is wrong. So you come to your hallway. You see out to either side. Andry, and everybody hold on there for a second. I gotta get through the description here. Andry, you can see a set of double doors south of you there. Off to the left, I believe the only person who's been down here so far was Tann, but Tann, you recognize the hallway that was just off to the north of the circular rolling ball area. Dahrian, as the last to leave, we're going to pull you right back to where you were there for a moment because something happens. As you all, start moving away, I think the last of you to exit might have blinked. And we know what happens when you blink near statues.
It's the angels.
Oh no.
If I could
Statues
have
move.
everyone be so kind as to roll themselves into initiative. Clear the turn order real quick here. Boop, boop.
Oh.
There we go.
Sorry.
Tann, you made it in time.
Oof.
I was quick enough. Make a copy for my initiative token so I don't delete it like I always do.
Gads.
And so, let's see. Dahrian, what is your passive perception?
Passive perception is 23.
That is amazing.
Hey.
Wow.
So, you may be more fine than I thought. Hang on here. So they get... You are very unlikely to be surprised here, but it is still possible. With a 9, it is not possible. You do get a chance to see it coming and raise hue and alarm as the statues try and pounce on you from behind but fail. Andry, you are around the corner. You are at a big brassy door. Those brassy doors are closed, but Dahrian has called out something. Dahrian, what do you call out?
The statues have come to life. To arms, I shout.
You got it. Andry, what do you do?
Oh, I really wanted to open this door, but I'll go back and see what's Bothering Dahrian.
No, man, come back. Open the door. Open the door, man. What? No, you're not really gonna. You left. You bum.
I did.
Blitz, you like listen to the door berating Andry for leaving it behind.
Wait, does it actually talk?
Yeah,
I'm
what
sorry,
the
was
heck?
that unclear? The door just said, "Wait, man, no, open me up. Come back. You really just gonna leave?"
Does
Aw.
it have a mouth or is it like? I mean, is it like a face on it or something?
It sounds like it's talking from the other side of the door, like it's
Huh.
talking from the other side. But the way it referred to itself as, open me up, probably the door talking to you.
Oh.
I will rage.
Rage and Andry.
And I'm guessing these are fiends, right? They look like fiends.
You might be guessing they're fiends, and you are incorrect. They are elementals.
27 to hit.
27 certainly hits. When I'm rolling like 40s, I'm going to ask him if it hits, just so you know. 12 will certainly work. 20 will hit.
20.
14 will hit there. It is
Plus
still a
4
stony
for the
creature.
rage. Okay. Plus 4 for the rage.
Plus 4 for the rage.
Nice.
Got it. Andry, anything else?
Nope.
Tahir, what do we got?
Don't worry, Dahrian. I'll protect you. I'll step in front of Dahrian, and I will do blade song stuff.
Okay.
Because I am the wizard.
You are the wizard.
And I will cast Green Flame Blade.
Okay.
And hit this guy.
Alrighty.
27.
Sure do.
So he'll take 9 piercing, 6 fire, and 1 force.
Okay.
Then the flame will jump to this fella right here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, correction, sorry. Take 4 hit points back. This guy gets that 6 points. There you go. I gotta read which one does what. My fault. Second sword strike.
Yeah.
Bam. 12.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Nice.
Dahrian, as that first statue is basically crumbling before you, the rest are still working to bring the attack. What are you doing?
Which one was almost dead?
This one
very
right
first
here
one?
is pretty beat.
That being the case, I will go ahead and hold the dead on it.
Ooh, Toll the Dead. It will wisdom saving throw. 6 is not going to pass. That is 9 points of damage, and that is one more than it can handle. It crumbles. Anything else for you, Dahrian?
I will just step behind Andry.
You got it. That leaves a trio of gargoyles that move forward, all 3 of them focusing on the blade-singing wizard at the moment. 3 bites and 3 claws coming in. Is there anything I should know about before I start making my attack rolls?
Nothing yet.
All right. Bite number 1.
Miss.
Bite number 2. Bite number 3. Claw number 1. 19?
Miss.
Claw number 2. Claw number 3. Oh. They dog pile, but the gargoyles do not gar. And Tann, what are you doing?
Nice.
I am going to firebolt from a safe distance. I'm gonna scoot to the side and get this one here.
Okie dokie. On the nose.
Yes. Damage.
7 damages.
Nice. That's it for me.
You got it. Blitz. Come on, open me up.
What will happen if I do?
I'll be open.
Later.
What?
And then I'll move away.
Oh,
Not right now.
tease.
I really should have gotten a ranged cantrip. I think I'm gonna hit those fools with a fairy fire.
All right, dropping a fairy fire. Gonna make some dex checks here. Left to right. 1, 2, 3. 16, 19, 14. My number to beat was a 16, so just number 3
wow.
gets lit up.
Wowzer.
These are very dexterous statues. All right, that's it.
It's all about
over
knowing where you
here in
want to
case
be.
It's a lightning bolt or some
And then
craziness.
getting there. Andry, what do we got?
Why is everybody attacking him? I'm right here.
Remember, the word of the day is Geek the Mage.
Wait, you're a mage?
It's the same thing as a wizard. Just fancier.
The one directly south of you is glittery if you want to hit that with advantage.
Oh, okay.
God, 18 damage on one hit.
18 on a one hit. I don't know that you need the crits, but yeah. 18 got it. Attack number 2. 22 is going to hit. 14 there, and then was it 4 more for the rage?
Yep.
That all works. Andry, anything else?
Wasn't that enough?
No. Tahir, you are being swarmed upon by the gargoyles, but they have not managed to make it through your defenses. What are you doing?
As the wizard, I will stab the glowing fellow with my sword that is on fire.
Fiery advantage sword strike. 26 solid hit.
26 for that, and that, and that. So 11.
Oh, one more than you needed. Down he go.
Force damage! Hooray! And then the fire will leap to this fella right here
Mm-hmm.
for another 8.
You got it.
And I will stab him for the first time. Bam!
20 hits.
12.
12 is good damage.
That's it.
Alright. Dahrian. Gargoyles are falling like rocks.
Once again, the one that is right there,
You got it?
I will once again toll the dead.
Dead being... Oh, passes!
Oof. That was garbage damage anyways. That is it.
You got it. Gargoyles still working their way through the one who doesn't look like he wants to be hit. 2 bites and 2 claws coming at Tahir. 1, 2. Ooh, a 20?
20 will miss.
You are a monster. Claw, and misses all around. Gargoyles are like, alright, maybe we'll go after the big guy. Tann, what do we got?
I'm going after the same one from before. And I'm going to do my...
Oh, that's a crit.
Oh!
Oh!
Heck yeah.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
huge
man.
crit. That's an enormous crit. 27 points of damage.
That's
Doesn't
great.
drop, but melts a big hole.
I'm still happy. That was a
Alright.
good one. That's it for me.
Blitz, what do we got?
Squeeze right through and over here.
Oh, yep, absolutely.
Little serpentine action. Oh wait, not that one. This one.
23 is going to hit. Which one are you aiming for?
To the one that just got lit up with fire.
You got it. 14 points of damage there. It is on its last leg, but it is still a threat after both hits.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
All right. Andry, what do we got?
I'll just do whatever I always do. I'll hit it with the sword.
No. Yes.
What are you doing, lawgiver? Hit him harder.
Try using the pointy end. 18 points of damage there. Try and blame me for your shortcomings. Try anything else?
Yeah, I'll step forward.
Okie dokie. Tahir, what do we got?
The singing and dancing wizard is gonna stab this fella twice.
Okie
But the
dokie.
first time, the sword's on fire.
Ooh. 15 just
15?
hits?
Ooh. That
Well,
and that
that's broken. He's
and
down.
that. Bam.
Wah,
And then
wham.
fire hops to
Fire.
this guy
Yeah.
for another 12 points.
Oh,
Wow.
Ooh.
clearing house. Both downed. And so, we drop out of initiative. As you look about now, seeing where the statues had lain in wait. There are other statues still scattered about here, but those 4 were gargoyles. Concealed behind them in a cavity, you can see that they had been holding some of the choicer bits of meat back, and also 140 gold pieces worth of coinage.
Pretty good.
Just
Toast.
add the gold pile.
Sneaky little guys. Good spot, Dahrian.
I do what I can.
That dead door up there talks. Anybody want to go talk to a door?
Excuse me?
Yes, it wants us to open it.
Huh?
It says if we open it, it will be open.
I believe it.
That is how doors work, but
Come on, sport. You can just open me up.
how we know this is not a trap? I mean, it's clearly egging us on to open the door.
How could this be any less of a trap? I'm clearly telling you, it's fine to open me.
All right.
Based on my previous experience with doors, I believe it is telling the truth. I think we
And
can trust
Andry's opening the door. Uh-oh.
Sure.
I
You
don't wanna
open
waste the rage.
the double doors. In front of you, it is a 10-foot wide. Sorry, did Andry open the door? I think that's what I heard.
Yes, yes.
Okay. It just registered that I thought the person that I heard say Andry opened the doors wasn't the one who actually gets to decide that initially. Opening the double doors reveals a 10-foot wide corridor. There are a pile of gold coins, gold, silver, and other assorted metals at your feet. And you can see a door at the opposite end of the corridor, perhaps 50 feet away. At the base of that door is another pile of coins. Unlike most of the doors you've encountered, both of these are of stout wood. They have no signs of cave beaver marks about them. And Goodman Games, welcome and thanks for the raid. We're actually just working our way through the upcoming official Adventures can't say it on the fly. Dark Tower, Original Adventures Reincarnated upcoming release, and the party has just made it into a hallway with 2 doors, one on either end. The one that is beside the party right now on the north end has an oversized bronze knocker held on a ring of a humanoid's mouth. The one beside you appears to be a fairly kindly looking old man, while the one on the south side is of a female who is sort of like gazing kind of down the hallway, squinting a little bit to try and get a sight of you. The one right beside you is like, thanks, sport. Now, about halfway down the hallway, there's a fair-sized chunk of rock on the ground that even from this distance, you're like, that is either a big hunk of glass or a big hunk of diamond.
It's right there.
It's right there.
How is this not a trap?
It's
totally
not a
a
trap,
trap.
guys. I'm telling. Like,
Wait, it's not a trap?
it's not a trap. I mean, would
Are there any bodies?
no? Why would there be bodies
Bones?
in my hallway? Weird.
There are bodies in
There's
most
no bodies.
hallways in this place.
I guess there could be. Anyway, my name's Hargrove. It's nice to meet you.
Hi. Who's your friend down the hall? Because you mentioned there was like another door knocker at the end of the hall, right?
That's Sydney. I wouldn't exactly call her a friend. More of a rival, I guess. And I mean, I kind of got to stare at her all day, every day, so it's not like we don't know each other. But have you ever spent a lot of time with somebody? Like a lot of time? Way too much time. Anyway,
Not to the amount that you have, no.
yeah. So, could you do me a favor, though? You see that diamond down there? Could you just run on down there, grab that, and bring that on back here?
Why?
Well, you see, it's mine, and I'm a door, so I can't move.
Wait, why does a door need a diamond?
Why does anyone need diamonds? Because
I don't know.
they're
Dahrian, why do
diamonds.
you want diamonds?
To bring people back from the dead.
Oh, can you
Wait,
bring people
diamonds
back
can do
from
that?
the dead?
Hargrove's like, that's. I don't think that's something that just diamonds can do, guys. That's
true. That's true.
so. Anyway, that's my diamond. So.
How did you lose it?
Well, it's not like lost. It's right there, but it like, I can't go get it.
How did it
Were
get
you-
over there?
Yeah. I mean, if it was yours, you must have had it, and then it's now over there. How did it go over there?
Well, you see, Sydney and I, we were divvying up a pile of treasure, and you know how you go back and forth, taking turns picking. Well, you might see Sydney down there. Yes, Sydney. Bye, and you can hear like from the other end of the hallway, but it's not reaching you what she's saying. Anyway, Sydney got to pick first. And you might notice that her pile of treasure is a little bit bigger than mine, because it's my turn to pick. And I pick the diamond. And she thinks that's unfair, but that's how the rules go. So that's my diamond. Because you can't split a diamond, can you? No. So it's my diamond. So if you could just scamper on down there, grab that, bring that right back, be all set.
Which items did you choose over the diamond?
Oh, they're right here. And he sort of like eyes and sort of like scrunches his nose to try and point his nose downward towards the pile of, golden, gems. You kind of look down and there's some, about 100 gold coins, 60 or so platinum coins, a couple of coppers and silvers kind of in the mix there.
I have a question for you.
Oh, sure.
What happens when I go into this room? I'm assuming this is a trap.
I mean, you keep saying that, but I'm thinking you're just going to walk about halfway down, lean down a little bit, pick up that diamond. You look a big strapping fella. I had a nephew about your size. Come on back and put the diamond down in my pile here, and then be on your merry way.
What if I want to take the diamond?
Well, I mean, it's my diamond.
But Andry hasn't had
Well.
a turn yet in your game.
But Andry wasn't part of the game. You're Andry, right? And he points
I
his
am.
nose at you. All right, well, I mean,
Tahir sits down, pulls out the spell book, starts to recast Detect Magic, just in case.
it's a big talking door. There's some magic involved.
I'm more referring to the
one
diamond.
out.
I'm more referring to the diamond that's at the end of the hallway.
Sure. A little while later through the conversation, you might be able to find that out. But for the moment, yeah, so...
How did you get all these coins over here by you, and how did she get those over there by her? Did you have other adventurers bring them to you?
Oh, sure. So over time, we've managed to negotiate with some adventurers here and there as they pass by. Sometimes ne'er-do-wells will come in and fight, and they'll lose things, and or they'll, pay us to guard things. So, yeah. I mean, do you need Do you need a nice securely locked room? Well, hallway. Nice securely locked hallway.
But if we leave our gold here, you're just going to divvy it up.
Well, only our part of it. Like I'm a straight shooter, buddy. They planed me flat.
And what would Sydney say about all this?
She's a little bit more of a cheater. You gotta watch all the rules of the agreement with her. I mean, she would probably say the same thing that she's been saying for the past couple of 100 years, that she deserves more because her hallway goes in 2 directions, my hallway's got a corner.
This is fascinating to me. The rivalry between 2 doors. How'd you become a door?
Well, started off as a plank, and later on I realized that I was very well hung. So
Nice.
after I
Nice.
got a lock on that feature,
Are we able to like request our bio break now? Just like take a mental recovery break. I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's really basically the same way that anybody else discovers they're a door. Either, they appreciate how well they are that, or, I mean, some people first notice their knockers coming in.
This is just getting worse.
I'm thinking that's a Sydney problem.
Yeah,
But
I mean, occasionally you'll figure out which way you swing. I mean, a lot of...
God, there's so many
So how-
door puns.
So how
Like,
much psychic damage are we taking for every
Yeah.
he's come up with?
Depends on how long you can keep going at this.
Should we go talk to Sydney?
No.
Oh,
No.
let's chat to Sydney.
I mean,
Let's go check this Sydney. We want to
Yeah.
hear her side of the story before we decide who's possibly gonna end up with this diamond.
I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna stop you. So.
If you guys want, I can go first.
Okay.
As I look down the hallway at the diamond that's roughly 30 feet away from me. Is it a magical diamond?
Doesn't look magical.
Okay, that's good. A good start.
Let's go together, Tahir. Me and you haven't had an adventure yet. I've been with Blitz, I've been with Tann. I think it's your turn.
So what does that mean?
It means that we're gonna walk into this room, and
Yes.
whatever happens,
Absolutely.
we have to live.
Sure.
All right, let's go. Hopefully one of them doesn't die when we do. But hey, let's.
Who, us or the door?
No, like Blitz, Dahrian, or Tann. Because the last time I opened a door, you almost died.
It was really a tragedy. I'm about to take a step now if you want to take a step with me.
Yeah, let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Put one foot in front of the other.
Sure.
1, 2, 3. Boop.
Yeah, are we leaving this diamond for these doors?
Well, that's a working debate. You see, I was to see if I can bribe them.
Hargrove's like trying to keep like a side eye on you as you make your way down the hallway, but he can't really
Like,
see that
what
way
if we-
now.
What if we give them so much quartz and so many gems that we have stockpiled in our treasure room and our backpacks and really every pocket we have?
Should
mean,
we
it
be
could-
checking for traps?
Well, absolutely. At every step we're taking.
Sure.
Right now, there's something magical in the doors.
Yeah, so you've basically you're right at the point where the diamond's there, and you can now just like you can hear Sydney now. Sydney's calling, hey, what did he say? Whatever he said, he probably wasn't lying, but he probably wasn't telling the whole truth. So
This should be good.
Hey, Casey,
Yeah.
one thing. I am staying right here, so this door can't close. I want the door to stay open, so I'm
You
kind
got
of
it.
blocking it from actually being able to close. That's my goal. Staying
Yeah,
there.
so Hargrove's like, hey, how's it going? You have a little chat. A few more puns are inflicted upon you.
It looks like Dahrian's holding the door open.
So as you
Did he
as
not
you
realize that you could teleport?
I think he knows that. But this is just so I don't have to teleport.
so Andry to here,
He's very
Sydney calls out, whoa,
considerate.
whoa, 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 whoa! While you're there, grab that diamond, bring it on down here. Save
But
yourself.
your companion, how should I refer to him?
Hargrove.
Yes, Hargrove says
Uh-huh.
the diamond belongs to him on parts of the claims ideology of treasure division.
I'm sure he thinks that, but what I'm gonna tell you, take this to heart. Possession, 9/10 law. You bring it on down here, what's he gonna do about it? Nothing. Complain. Diamond can sit right here while we argue it out.
Wait, okay, so using your logic, if I pick it up, I possess it, so it's my diamond.
Yes, but then we would try and stop you from leaving with it. I mean, we are doors. We're very good at stopping people from leaving places.
Oh, I've kicked down a few doors. My day, sweetheart.
I'm sure you have, and if you want to come over here and give it a try, I will chew your toes off.
Like a cave beaver?
Yeah, you see any cave beaver marks on this door? No, you do
No,
not.
it's remarkable.
They know
So,
what to do and what not to do.
Hargrove, stated that you got your first pick of the treasure, and then it's his turn, and then when it got to his turn, he picked the diamond, but now the diamond's in the middle. Like, you couldn't evenly grab it. How does that work?
That was Hargrove. That was centuries ago. Oh, he can barely hear me. That was way before now. That does not count anymore.
So what does count now?
Well, how about this? I want that diamond.
Mm-hmm.
I happen to have some electrum here. I want that diamond more than I want that electrum. How about I give you some electrum, you bring me that diamond?
I don't know about you, but Hargrove has the better deal so far. I mean, who wants Electrum anymore?
Okay, gold. I've got gold. You want gold? I don't know. The electrum's got this weird dude's face. He's got like a widow peak on it. I just not feeling it, but
We all have rough days. So, you want the diamond.
I want
because it's been centuries. The previous negotiated deal is off. The contract has expired. He wants it because he still believes the contract is currently active. What are you gonna do with it?
Well, I've got this ring, and I don't have a diamond on it.
So if you like it, you should put a diamond on it. I see. And he also would like the diamond on the ring he currently possesses. Is that correct?
Have you seen him? Do you think he could pull that off?
He's a door, so I'm not sure.
Right, exactly. No fashion sense.
Andry, this is very difficult. I don't understand what's going on anymore. Please help me. This is defying all logic.
It's simple.
Want
I
the
want to
diamond.
give you some gold to bring me a diamond. He's trying to convince you that some rules from some agreement from centuries ago that's been changed hundreds of times since then should encourage you to do it out of the kindness of your heart.
I don't know, Tahir. I don't think either of them have a good offer to keep this diamond. Like, this one just threatened me. which really doesn't endear me to her.
I threatened to give you gold. That's most people aren't like, oh no, they're gonna throw
She has a
gold
good
at
point. She's only paying you to give her rock. And I'm going to go down and look at the rock, and I'm going to look how good the rock is.
me. Sure, you go over and you look down at the rock, and can I get a quick, whatever you would use to appraise a fancy gemstone?
Boy, that's an interesting question.
That's an
Hey,
interesting-
Blitz!
Yes.
How good are you with gems?
Not much experience, but I do know stone.
Oh,
They're related.
I mean, Yes.
Do you need help carrying it?
no, I'm trying to figure out what its current market value is. Dahrian, you're about to say something. I can see you holding your finger up at the door.
Blitz, were you gonna go down there?
I'm already here.
Oh, are you? Okay, I'm on Discord. Before you would leave, if I could,
Mhm.
I would whisper to you so that the door couldn't hear, and say, perhaps try and split the gem and satisfy both. Break that gem.
This is a nice idea, Dahrian. You have a good
Well, thank you.
I heard a story once about someone doing that same thing with a baby, but I think
That is correct. Yeah. Yes, I read that story myself. That's where I got the idea.
What's taking you so long?
Should I use stonemason's tools to look at it? Is that weird?
No, that seems reasonable enough. So you settle in and kind of give it a set. Let's call this one a let's roll wisdom, and then we'll throw some modifiers on there depending on how well or poorly we do here.
Okay, wisdom straight up.
Yeah, let's do a straight up wisdom check to start with. And if you roll incredibly high, I won't even bother with what the mods are. If it's close, then we'll figure out what your stonemason's tools may or may not add here.
All right.
Yeah, of course you rolled right in the middle, so we got to figure it out. You have stonemason's tools, but you do not have jeweler's tools or gem cutting or any of those, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So what I would say with that is you can settle in, you break out your stonemason's tools, and you do the Mohs hardness, scratch tests on your stuff, and you're like, okay, nothing is leaving a mark on this. This is legitimately one big honkin' diamond. It is not cut or prepared, so it could probably be prepared to be worth more. But as it stands, you're like, yep, that's probably, I'm going like this. Of course it's like this, but, fantasy. So fantasy diamond, you're like, somewhere between 500 and 5,000 gold. You would need a little bit more information, but it's definitely on the pricey side.
Here, this stone seems to be of quality.
Well,
Dahrian wishes me to cut it in half.
what?
He believes this will please all parties.
But what about us? We're a party? The fuck?
I'm not sure how many pieces I can cut it into, but perhaps.
I don't think you need to cut it into any pieces. I think the Mandor has the better case, and by rule of law, he should get it.
Perhaps we can bribe the doors with more of our gold, so we can just take this with us.
We do have a lot of treasure.
We have so much treasure that we're never gonna use, but this we can use.
Do you propose that neither door gets the diamond?
They're a door. What are you gonna do with it?
Did they not call dibs?
I mean, Hargrove called. They're a door, man. Hear me out. What if it's like a trick we try to do, and it's like, oh, we're gonna go get you the diamond. Hold on 1 second. Then it's like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna die. I'm fading into night, and then we get away. As I say this, like in the middle of the room.
Roughly 30 feet from both interested parties. Sure, yeah.
I mean, Dahrian can use this. It's just gonna sit on a door.
But it's not ours.
Not unless we bring the door with us. I have a proposition. We put the doors on the disc, and then put the diamond right there. The emergency fund.
The doors get the diamond, and we get the door.
Yes.
I think Dahrian would approve of this plan.
I'm gonna look towards Dahrian. He's like, eh?
I assume I heard all that.
You have a 23. I'm sure you did.
Yeah, that's true. How
What if
big
we
are
just-
these doors?
I mean, they're the ones with the faces on them are 5 foot wide by 7 foot tall.
They would be heavy.
That's what the disc is for.
You think they will consent to lay on top of each other? They don't seem to like each other very much.
It can be good for their relationship. Sometimes being closer to the ones you enjoy can remedy a whole century's worth of hardships. I should know.
And they did say that they do like to protect treasure. And we have a lot of treasure that we need protecting.
Think of all the doors we could replace with these two. If we want to block off a room, just put the door in there. Bam, problem solved.
Let's
This
see
is
what the doors say.
Yeah, that's.
They're pretty
don't-
loud.
I don't
It's
I don't
gonna
know
be
much.
up to them.
If they will consent, I will help with the unhinging.
Never hurts to ask, I suppose.
Tann.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're pretty persuasive. Maybe you should ask them.
Sure. If we can have the diamond.
If we can have the doors. We want to take the doors with us. I think that's the plan, right?
The plan has changed in the conversation, so I just want to be sure. Okay. Yeah, I could ask. This is the weirdest negotiation I've ever been in. Alright. Hello, door. Hello, Hargrave. Hargrave?
Hargrove.
Hargrove. Sorry. I'm learning. I'm
Sport,
Tann.
what's up?
It's nice. Hey, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
How would you like to go on a journey? You've been stuck in this hallway for way too long. And we have some things that require some protecting, sure.
Okay.
But it's not here. We've already got it in a special place. So how would you like to leave this hallway that you've been stuck in for who knows how long to go on an adventure to a new room?
It's never occurred to me before. I'm not sure
Right?
that this has ever occurred to anyone before.
I have
And
a
You're
stupid
right.
idea.
so,
I just
Am I opening a new world of doors for you?
you're opening a new world to me. I
door
mean,
of possibility.
There were possibilities.
as someone earlier commented, the idea of traveling always seemed a bit unhinged. But let's go ahead and roll that persuasion and see how well or poorly this is starting to come across.
Sure. All right.
Heyo. I just thought of
Persuade.
something really stupid, but it makes a lot more sense. They're
Okay.
doors. Why must put them in the same hallway entrance? They're doors. We can just put them together. That's pretty
True.
good.
So that is
Wow.
that is pretty good. So Hargrove's like, travel. I mean, I guess as long as I could take my diamond with me.
See about it. But isn't travel the greatest treasure of all? Sure, you've got like the physical treasure. What are you gonna do with it though? You got nothing to use it on. With travel, you have the opportunity to like get some like little tchotchkes, get some new food. I don't know if you eat, but maybe you could try.
I've never tried before, but I mean, I've heard good things about wood filler.
Yeah. You can choose a mahogany wood filler, an oak wood filler. There's all kinds of wood fillers out there for every type of different type of wood. Every type of different type of wood. Yeah. I heard it. I'm still sticking to my guns though.
All right, I'm in. I'm in. Let's do it.
All right.
So go ahead and grab my diamond, and I guess, I mean, I don't really know how to travel, so I'm gonna need to lean on you a bit there.
Oh yeah, sure. I think our Swiss Army knife Blitz will be able to help. Oh, he's right there, huh? Oh, okay. Blitz, he's willing to travel. He wants the diamond, so I'm going to go over here and see about that. Tahir, he still wants the diamond.
But that's the thing. We're gonna give them
Okay.
both the diamond. We're just gonna put them like together.
That's true. Okay, just making sure. All right, time to convince Sydney. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Just so you know, Tann, Sydney's a bit of a dick.
So as you head down there, Sydney's
Wouldn't it be okay?
hey, what was all that going on up there? He sounded awfully happy.
Oh, we have introduced him to the world of travel. And we're offering him this opportunity. However, we understand that you guys have this agreement of wanting to split things. I don't know how old this is, but it didn't seem fair to offer him the luxury of travel, checking out different rooms, without offering it to you as well. How about it? You want to join in?
All right, so as you make this pitch here, Sydney seems maybe a little less interested. Her frame's perhaps a little bit nicer, but let's. She gets to see both, ways down the hallway from her intersection already.
Yeah.
Let's see this persuasion check as you try and
Think-
convince Sydney.
Think of all the rooms you get to see. There's like stone rooms and wood rooms. There are statues that live.
Oh, that's pretty good. So Sydney's like, I feel like there's an angle here you're not sharing with me. What's
Not
the
really.
catch?
The catch?
Yeah. Why are you
I
doing
mean,
this?
honestly, we just get distracted easy. And you're really interesting. I wish I was joking, but I think this is the truth. Honestly, yeah. The catch is, I mean, I don't know how to unscrew a door. I think Blitz does. So, I mean, there might be some complications, but I mean, as long we just want to make sure you're chill with it.
Well,
So yeah, do you want Do you want to check out new rooms? Oh yeah, the other guy like wanted to protect some treasure that we also had, or at least he offered.
What?
Yeah.
What? You're gonna give him treasure?
Oh no, he just mentioned it, and then like we have treasure too, so we were like, like I don't know, at least he gets to like see it. I don't know, we haven't worked out the details yet, but mainly we are here to just give you the luxurious experience of travel.
All right. And she sort of like flips her face, like the little ring kind of flips out, flip back in, like a lean in kind of thing. All
Mm.
right, I'll make you a deal.
Okay.
We can travel,
Okay.
but I want to get paid more than he gets paid.
I think that can be arranged.
Okay.
All right.
And you're gonna bring me my diamond.
Yes.
Okay.
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 All right. Let me go inform my compatriots. So Tann walks back. Okay, so yeah. They're both going to be near their diamond. She wants to get paid more than him. So I figure we just put a gold piece on her side and then we're good. That's more.
Well, you know, twice as much of nothing is still nothing.
Yeah,
But that's not more.
that is true. So again, that gold piece just whoop. Maybe even 2, because there's a lot of them.
Okay. So, Blitz, I think I heard that you were taking responsibility for disconnecting the doors from their current frames and preparing them for travel. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Do you need
these
any help, Blitz?
these are obviously
Yes,
magical
please.
doors. So just to set the, expectation here. There's magic involved. This could go wrong. Blitz, what tools might you be employing here?
Let's see. We got thieves' tools, tinker's tools, smith's tools, mason's tools. This is starting to sound like a Dr. Seuss book or something. Yeah, those
Okay.
are, and I can make another set of tools if needed.
So you've hit enough that I'd be interested in. Mason's tools will help you get the frames away from the wall itself. Tinker's tools can substitute for any wood carving, screws, etc., that you might need to do. So let's set some DCs here. So 15 things go off without a hitch. 10, something bad happens. 5, something catastrophic happens. There will be a modifier coming in here because this was not designed to come apart. So you will be suffering a -9 to your roll.
Yikes.
Okay.
Alright.
So a -9 to your roll. You may deploy dexterity or dexterity or intelligence, your choice.
This to help.
Oh, and you get to do that. Absolutely. Guidance is being deployed. And then let's see the roll. It will be suffering a -9. 5 or lower is catastrophic. 10 or lower is bad. 15 or higher is success.
All right. Which one do you have any preference? Which one first?
Dexterity or intelligence, your choice.
Intelligence for sure.
Okay, intelligence. Roll away.
And it's going to be one for each set of tools. You're saying?
1 for each door. So north door and south
Oh.
door.
Oh, okay.
And you will get to use your proficiency bonus from your tool sets.
Very good. Very good. Here we go. Intelligence. Oh no! Are you serious?
That is like the worst number possible.
Come on!
All right, go ahead and give me the guidance.
Gee.
You would like to see more than a 1 on the guidance. A 4 gets you
Hey,
above
there we go.
catastrophe. So that is 17 minus 9 equals 8. A bad thing happens, but not a catastrophic thing. And what is the bad
Oh wait, how much
thing?
did it come out to?
Comes out to an 8.
8, and I needed a 15, huh? There's nothing-
15 would have been no problem. You are in the problem happened, but not
I gotta-
fantastically bad problem.
I just want to see if I can use this thing on myself. I got this thing to help with ability checks.
Oh, sure,
but
what's
it
that?
It might just be a friend's. Not stroke of genius. What is it? Flash of genius? When you or another creature. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Okay, what's that do?
So +4.
Ooh, a +4. Oh, and Roadkillers come in with a player reroll. So hang on, let's see what we got going on here.
Ooh.
Let's see. We got 4 + 4 is 8, plus 13 is 21, minus 9 is 12. So you are still not on the good side yet, but you have avoided catastrophe and bad. You're just in neutral at this point. Do you want to use that player reroll, or do you want to
Yes.
start all over? All right, player
I think that's
reroll.
the
Go
good
ahead
time
and
to use it.
deploy that, and then you'll have a +8 and a -9, so a -1 to whatever comes up on the die.
All right.
Basically, can't do it
Fine.
bad again.
I hope not. That's happened before, though. Let's see. Wow.
Okay,
Well, better.
16. -1 is 15. Hargrove comes off. It was dicey there, and you can feel that there is electricity running through your body right now. Like, as you were taking it off, Hargrove was like, oh, sorry, and you're like, but it never got super bad. Hargrove's now sort of set to the side. He's like, wow, travel. This is, nice.
You're experiencing it. You're away from the frame.
Stepping outside.
I'm gonna take my time, cast floating disc, just to get it ready.
Okay, that happens. Head down south. Sydney's like, you're gonna do better for me, right?
Oh, yes. That was just practice. Here we go.
Oh, hang on, wait. See what your modifier is going to be on the Sydney side. That's not how we roll. That's how we roll. -4. Okay, so not as tricky. This one maybe.
He
That
learned a little bit.
experience.
And the same everything?
Same everything. Yep.
Yep.
We got a player reroll has resurfaced here.
Man, good thing I'm not relying on the
17.
D20.
All right, so we got one player reroll. Let's see, 17 -4 is going to be a 13. +3 gets us up to a 16. Door is free and clear. Boop. Sydney and Hargrove have both been lowered down. You start to sort of set them out on the disc and pile up the treasure in the diamond. And yeah. Sydney
Would
and
you
Hargrove are
like
like, don't touch me. And then what happens?
We did it, everybody.
Woo, travel!
Would you two like to knock and make up?
No.
They really don't like each other.
Perhaps
Cool.
they will learn to adore each other in time.
Oh.
Oh.
This is just getting worse and worse.
Oh.
There's no. That was just unhinged, man.
Oh no, it's getting bad.
I'm going south now.
Sure. South you come to an east-west hallway. Away to the west, you can see that the hallway opens up to the circular room where you know the ball silently circles. It whizzes by every couple of seconds. There is a hallway that bends around to the south. Continuing on. The doors float along. It's like, this would be a lot nicer if he wasn't here. And
Perhaps
so,
we could stack them so that they don't.
there will be
face
no
each other.
stacking.
Hmm.
These poor doors.
As I have the doors here, I just look towards my right, and I see the spinning death room.
Mhm.
He has some very evil thoughts. I mean, it would solve the problem. But he doesn't say it out loud. And he continues. He continues eastward.
As you peer around the corner there, you can see the hallway continues along to the south, 10 foot wide. At the far end, a pair of more mundane-looking double doors.
Keeping a lookout for traps.
You think there'd be traps down here?
I
No
mean, the
traps?
doors aren't traps, but maybe this is the trap.
How about a perception-y kind of check?
Perception-y.
Boy, that's
wow.
pretty
Nice.
good. So I'm not sure if you consider it a trap, but you can catch just like a little bit of a hint of perfume and an occasional like little lilt of ethereal music coming from down south. Smells nice. Sounds good.
Hmm.
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 He gets more serious at the prospect. Weapons drawn.
I
If
never
this
put
is-
mine away. He gave me a sword, but he didn't give me the scat.
Just gotta carry it everywhere. Aw.
something,
I have to. It's the only light I have.
and I'm gonna say to the party, something too nice is up ahead. I don't trust it.
Nice things are suspicious in here.
Andry, you make your way up towards those doors. After having met Sydney and Hargrove, I mean, maybe the nicest thing you could say about the doors in front of you is they're nondescript.
Are we going in?
I think so.
Tahir, it's definitely up there. It's like you can catch, you can't get the tune quite. It's only a couple of notes making it through these nondescript doors, but there's music.
Can I peek in?
Sure, you can peek in. By opening the doors, you mean, yes?
Yes. I don't think I have another way.
Well, some people do. So you kind of crack open, and beyond the pair of nondescript, untalkative doors is a darkened chamber with a low ceiling. All four of the walls are draped with black velvet curtains. There's a heady scent of perfume that leaks out from the gap in the door, and a little wisp of soft, ethereal music that fills that area. Floating several feet off the floor in the center of the room is a 6-inch long black gem. The gem rotates slowly, casting just a little illumination, not quite enough to light up the black velvet walls.
What is that? And can we trade it for the diamond?
Gem?
Well, that's something. Would this look like any sort of magic gem he may have heard of?
I mean, would you have a roll a history or an arcana?
I can do that. I can do that.
Yes! You're like, that. That is the opposite of the gem we saw just a little while ago. Heart of Law,
so
Soul of Chaos. 100%.
well, it would be the set version of the Heart of Law. So this is a definite do not touch. If you know who might like the touch that's gem, I think these two doors would definitely love it.
Dibs, Sydney says. Margo's
She
like-
called dibs.
Turn the disc around, I can't see.
To turn the disc around, I have to walk forward, then walk backwards.
Ah, also dibs. Does that work? I've never really understood this game. It seems entirely unfair to me.
Would you
Hmm.
We can replace the doors. We can replace the doors. Just throw them on. Just throw them there.
You think they'll protect this thing?
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, they called dibs.
That's true. They did call dibs. They want that thing. Yeah,
Perhaps
let's
we
give it a
give them-
try.
Perhaps we give them a homework assignment to write a 10,000-page essay on why they should get the gem.
They don't have hands.
Exactly.
Oh, that's diabolical.
Trickery.
Trickery. What do you mean it's trickery? They don't have hands.
No, they have handles.
No. I don't know if it works the same.
Dahrian, we should care to weigh in?
I think they could be asked if they wanted to be left here. I don't necessarily know if that was part of the agreement that we made with them.
Travel.
Uh,
Oh,
Yeah,
and then we have
we
to pay.
travel.
And we have to pay Sydney more.
Correct.
They traveled.
Like, honestly, for a door to travel 10 feet is traveling.
You're, you said that this gem Tahir was the,
Soul of Chaos. I think
Soul
was
of Chaos.
what the book said.
And the other one was the
Heart of Law.
Heart of Law. And if these things are opposite,
Yes.
it could be. I mean, do you know anything per se about them? Are these things where this place is pulling power from?
That I do not know for sure. All I know it was a manifestation, and well, granted, from what I know of the Heart of Law, it's almost like a piece of Mitra himself. His virtues is how we say. This, however, is a little more chaotic.
Yeah, but this would then likely be a piece of Set, correct? Or
Possibly. As for the finite details, I do not know for sure. The scrolls that had the information were kind of half burnt. It kind of smudged out the middleman.
it almost. I mean, finding this and knowing where the Heart of Law is, it's possible these two things coming together would make both of them inert. You know, it's like,
Or it could be like putting a portable hole in a bag of holding, we all die.
yeah. I mean,
I
I
would
suppose
say-
there is that possibility.
I would say both of those are potential outcomes based on your Arcana check.
Well,
But
considering
you would say that yes, taking two such things and like, boop, there's likely to be some sort of reaction.
well, if this is a very light representation of Set, and that's a very light representation of Mitra, I'm sure the souls would probably, or the gems would probably duke it out, as one would say.
That sounds right.
Okay, so there was a guardian protecting the heart. Well, why isn't there a guardian protecting this thing?
Maybe there is.
I don't
If
see one.
If I were, this would just be speculation. But if I were Mitra, I would want mine protected. Set may very well be willing to let just anybody come take it for what it can do.
That would be rather chaotic.
Yes.
Temptation.
But as we see, the door is already very well tempted by the stone itself, so. Hmm?
They can covet it, but they can't take it.
Honestly, I'm
Perfect.
kind of worried what would happen if the doors were to claim the gem.
Oh, I
Who
already claimed the
knows?
gem. You heard me. I said dibs.
That is true. Well, nothing's happened yet.
See, it's mine now.
So how should we proceed?
Mm. The gem kind of makes me uncomfortable. I kind of want to walk away from it. Not gonna lie.
But
Yeah.
it has that haunting allure to it, you know?
It does. That's what
The
makes me
sweet music.
uncomfortable. It's true.
I feel like a good place for it might be the bag of holding.
Would you
Or
like me to
might blow
place
it up.
in there?
I might recommend not doing that personally. I really want us to be caught dead with this. Actually, alive. I'd rather still be alive. Because you know how weird it's
But-
gonna be. We'll be like, "Oh hey, fellow Mitra followers, look what we got," and then you pull that out, and they're gonna be like, "Heathens! I will strike you down," and I do not want to have to do that.
It would look awesome adorning the top of your staff or maybe like your Serpentor helmet if you could just like put it
Mhm.
right there.
Mm.
Complete the ensemble.
What if we just lock the door?
With the doors. Dahrian, what do you think? Blitz, any thoughts?
I worry if we leave it here, then the followers of Set can use it.
Yeah.
But they haven't used it yet,
Right.
Yeah.
and they've had
Wait,
hundreds of years.
I
maybe
recently
they
learned
couldn't
that
get in
possession
here.
is 9/10 of the law.
What do you mean?
If I possess it,
Yes.
I want to possess it. That's the end of that logic string.
I mean, it looks nice, tempting, alluring, indeed. Could be a great case study for many years. Andry, you were
Worst
saying
case scenario, we learn
couldn't
something.
they couldn't get to it?
Yeah, because the doors were preventing people from getting in here.
Well, there's also the hallway of death.
The circle, yeah.
Yes.
So maybe they couldn't get in here. That circle room, could you have followed the ball around?
Sure, if you're quick enough. You guys all timed it and sort of like, made your sprints and you were reasonably quick. You certainly wouldn't want to make a mistake.
We totally don't make mistakes.
Flawless.
Yep. This thing still makes me uncomfortable.
Where are you going, Blitz?
I just want to Get a closer look.
It smells nice. The music's nice.
If I put it in my bag, it won't be in our world anymore, and it can cause no harm.
I'm not sure that's true.
Yeah, I don't
wait.
know.
Oh, it's Tann's bag, and it's on your hip. Tann, we need you.
Oh, that's right. It is on my hip. I forgot about that. I'm like backing away. I don't know. I mean, if you want to risk it, go for it. But I'm of the mind that this might need to be just kind of locked and left where it is, and he'll pass the bag over to Blitz. He is curious, but also kind of like, this is Set. This is Set stuff.
Andry, do you think Lawgiver could destroy it?
Maybe. It's probably gonna hurt though.
Just a thought. I'm not gonna make you do anything. I won't stop you from grabbing that stone, but I will severely judge you for it.
Do you wish to strike it, Andry?
What do you think would happen if I hit it with you? Giver? Are you there?
Don't know.
You're stronger than it, right?
I mean, I'm a sword. It's a gem. It's not really a apples to apples comparison, is it?
I think diamond is stronger than steel. I mean, I don't know what kind of gem it is, but if you think of it like that, then it could be more durable. I don't know why I answered. I can't hear the sword, I don't think. Sorry.
I think Lawgiver talks.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
Lawgiver
heard-
talks.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
out loud?
Okay.
Oh, cool.
I'm pretty sure Lawgiver talks. I'll double check that
Okay.
one. But for now, we'll
Okay.
pretend.
Okay.
Either way, you heard Andre's question, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Do you ask things telepathically?
No, I think Andrei would just spell it out loud. I'm not sure he would clue in that this is all being done telepathically with him. And
Yeah, I don't know. I think we should address this room when we're a bit more prepared.
Knowledged.
Yeah. Because I don't feel knowledged or
Sure.
prepared.
Yeah, perhaps Omphalos knows more about this. Might be wise to seek his counsel on it.
I am down for that.
so put it in the bag of holding then.
Go for it.
I would not recommend touching it.
No
Yeah.
hesitation, as they say that. Let's grab it and throw it.
Oh
in the
no!
Blitz, did you?
bag. Yeah.
All right. Blitz steps up and reaches out and grabs hold of it. Blitz, I'm going to have to ask you a couple of important questions. The first of which is, what is your alignment again?
Lawful neutral.
Lawful neutral, you say. Un momento. Could
With
I...
lawful part's
tendency
gonna-
towards
the lawful part's
chaotic
gonna
evil.
hurt,
With a tendency towards things. And so, can we start off with a intelligence saving throw? You would like to pass this. High number would be great.
You're an expert at these.
A 23 is pretty good.
But not good enough.
that was exactly what I was thinking.
Good. You
Oh,
take
my goodness.
14 points. Wait. Yeah, you take 14 points of psychic damage.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Like
and
that.
hang on. Yeah, I'm making sure I'm reading this right.
Oh, that's not good.
Your eyes
Oh.
go like buffering.
Yeah, buffering.
Loading. Loading.
Is he okay?
No, so you grab hold of the gem, and you start like heading towards the bag, and then it like you freeze up, and your hand sort of like wavers back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and then eventually you get it into the bag and let go, but you take 14 points of psychic damage as that happens. It's now in the bag.
What is it physically repelling, or is it like
No,
I mean,
it's
how's
like
that?
your mind was fighting with you. Like you were trying to do more than one thing at once. So you were like, I want to take this and put it in the bag. And then your hand started coming towards your face, and you're like, nope. I want to put it in, hand towards in the bag, hand in the bag. And by the time you got done, you had taken 14 points of psychic damage.
Hmm.
I'm more
I felt-
uncomfortable than I was before.
I felt an unnatural compulsion to touch it to my face, but I proceeded with our plan and put it in the bag for now.
Are you okay?
I think so.
How do we know that you're you?
I've been asking myself that since I was created.
Shit, it is him.
Yeah.
He's good.
Good answer. Good answer. Yeah.
Well,
He'll
That
hand,
was-
hand the bag back to Tann. Perhaps he should hold on to this.
Are these like curtains or something?
Yes,
what I'm
black
thinking?
velvet curtains.
Perhaps, considering you're in the room, can you look behind those curtains to see if there is a door or means of?
Go around searching.
Sure,
Yeah.
you go searching behind the curtains. The curtains are nice, and as you sort of move them about, they're no longer smelling quite so nice. They don't have that perfume to it, and that ethereal sound is sort of faded away. They're just, kind of velvety curtains. Tann, though, that bag. I feel like I can hear a little something coming out of the bag.
Oh, oh, it's definitely in the bag.
Bag.
Don't touch it to your face, Tann.
Definitely won't. He's just gonna like cinch it like tighter.
Like you go to cinch it tighter, and like as you're cinching it tighter, like the mouth of the bag wrinkles a little bit, and you just get a little smell, and it smells a little like brownies.
Oh, that's good. Cinch. Ties the cinch around it. Cinches that. When you really don't want to lose your coin, so you cinch, tie. Cinch, tie. Oh. I feel like this was not a good idea.
Too late.
Uh-huh.
Too late now. Just be mindful when you reach into that bag in the future that you Your mind doesn't go to that thing.
Got it. Definitely. I got the worst intelligence too. I definitely don't want to do that.
Yeah. Okay, don't think about the soul gem. Okay.
Got it.
Don't think about it.
Don't think about it.
Don't think about it. Hey, Tann. Quick
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
You wear your sneaky boots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do your sneaky boots have laces? In your mind, do you imagine them to have laces?
Oh, do I imagine them having
yeah,
laces?
you can decide whether
Yeah.
they do or not. Yeah, they do.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you're probably used to like the situation where like your shoelaces come untied, even though you just tied them.
Yeah.
You're very much reminded of that situation right now as you glance down towards that bag. And it's not
Oh.
tied.
It is a gem of chaos. Oh. Yeah, this is not good. This is just the laces of the bag too. I don't want to think what it'll do in the room with the rolly ball or other places.
Blitz, you've made
Look
your
what
way
it did to the bag! He's gonna like show him the bag.
Tann shows you a bag with the laces undone.
I had tied this thing. I swear I did.
Blitz, your search of the room reveals nothing more than walls behind the curtains.
Do we want to destroy this gem? Because we got the rolly ballroom.
I don't believe that's going to do all too much.
Let
Something
that
a little
ball
more
roll over it.
potent might be able to do something.
Should we
I mean-
show it to the guardian of the other stone?
I don't know.
Definitely.
She is going to be
Sorry.
so pissed with us. She is not going to be happy about this in any capacity.
Theoretically, if we found the soul of chaos, what should we do?
I can go and ask her right now if you like.
Sure.
I mean, I could just teleport right back up there and teleport right back, but that'd be a lot of teleporting.
That's true. We can just walk up there.
Yeah, but there's a whole other floor that's right below us we haven't gone to yet.
That's true.
Maybe one day we'll get there.
Should we check out that floor? Executive decision.
Yes,
I changed my mind.
I think we should continue on with our exploration.
Executive decision. We continue exploration.
And when you say continue exploration, where precisely would that be heading?
I think the only thing we haven't done here that we know of
Mm-hmm.
is this little spot right here,
Yeah.
Where?
next to the belt room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot that there was something
And it's
there.
the only little lip we have not done.
Mm-hmm.
That's close.
And have we found stairs that lead down to the third floor or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
found
Okay.
the hole in the belt room that goes down, as well as
Right.
stairs over here between where the hill giants and the other temple are, as well as
Okay.
over here.
Oh, okay. It's hard to tell which direction they go. So. Okay.
Yes, we pick
Cool.
a path and get to it.
I vote the one near the giants because I think our friend who wants to start an evil army is down the belt hole.
He is indeed.
Unless you guys want to meet the guy down the belt hole.
There's bears down there.
There's bears down there.
And And so the party heads north from the Room of the Soul of the Chaos. They reach where Sydney's door once stood. Sydney's like, I remember this place.
Just like it was yesterday,
Ahead,
but it's today.
the Room of the Silent Ball of Death circles. Zoom, zoom.
I mean, this is the quickest way.
Meow, meow.
It is, but doesn't your like this
Meow.
thing move really
Nice.
slow?
No, it keeps up with me. It's just a little behind me.
Sure. And so if you would like to sprint your way through, we just need to see a Dexy check, and you need to do better than a 5.
Dex check from everybody.
Dex check from everybody who's going to try and sprint. Better than a 5.
If you're worried, you can hop on the disc, join the 2 doors.
You could make someone else responsible for your Dex check.
I'll sprint.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, the thing is I can actually fail this pretty easily.
You want to hop on the disc?
Yeah, sure. I'll hop on the
You'll be the 3rd door.
yes.
So if we fall, there'll be 3 doors down.
Oh my god.
Wow!
7.
Oh, and he squeaks by with 2. I
star.
see how it is. Yeah, you just managed to get it through.
The best thing about it is I rolled a 3.
As Hargrove's like, 3 doors down, I don't get it.
Oh wait,
What's that a reference
it's a
to? Dex check.
It's a dex check, not
Dex
a save.
Not a save.
Sorry.
15, you're fine.
If you want to subtract 1 from it,
That's okay.
or should
Still
I reroll
fine.
it?
No, still fine.
Okay.
You're good. Andry with an 8, getting close, but we're okay. So the party finds themselves down here in a hallway. And for reasons, that is where we are going to wrap for this evening's session. As you hear some hustle and bustle as you make your way down into a hallway. You can see ahead of you that the hallway continues south and then bends back around to the east. But before that happens, other things will happen. And it may take us a little longer to resolve than we have left at the moment. So, we'll pick back up again with that next week. Congratulations, everyone. You have contained the Soul of Chaos for the moment in a bag of holding, which smells slightly of brownies and refuses to stay securely tied. But we'll find out what sort of trouble they may be in next week. If anybody with administrative privileges on the channel can hear us at the moment and would like to toss a raid and carry the good nature along, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, we will just say thanks to everybody for playing. Thanks for everybody for hanging out. This has been 20 Sides to Every Story, playing our way through the Dark Tower with the upcoming original Adventures Reincarnated release by Goodman Games. If you like what we've been doing, swing by the Discord, hop into the YouTube, check us out for other streams on Twitch. We have got some community campaigns coming up next month. I know we've got some restarts of storylines or new storylines that'll be kicking off. So if you would like to come in and join us and play some games, community campaign is a great way to do that. And I think we're going to be aiming for some Sunday morning games, some Saturday games, some Friday games, and I think that's throughout the next month. And then heading in towards May, we've got our charity games coming up for our week of giving. So keep your eye out for that. We'll have a lot of different DMs rolling up games or running games for other sets. I will be doing Shadowrun, and I know there were a couple of other gaming systems that had already been mentioned, but check out the channel news for that. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Party players, anybody have anything they want to shout out before we go?
Thank you.
Oh,
And we're
Thanks all.
doomed.
Hey.
Yep. Thanks, chat, for hanging out.
you got it. And And with that, we are coming to a close. Thanks, everybody.